Shalom, shalom. I want to give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the Heavenly Father, and Yahweh Shai is the Messiah, the only begotten Son of the Most High, which these are the true names, the only names of Yahweh, and His only begotten Son of the Most High, and His Messiah in the ancient Hebrew tongue, in Lashon Kodash, which means holy language. Also want to give double honors to the elder apostles, the elder bishops, and the upcoming elders that rule well, that teach well of great millstone. Peace and blessings unto the elect, the house of David, the 144,000 elect men, whoever you may be, and salute and shalom to the fellow laborers pushing the truth. My name is Zakaria, and the focus of this lesson is surrounding this post by Elon Musk. A post pertaining to slavery, the dynamic of slavery, which have always been on the earth, as he, mentioned it. It's always been a common thing, from the dawn of civilization. And that's true. That's a, common, act, owning slaves and stuff like that. But here's the thing. This is, in this lesson I'm going to go into prophecy, go into the word of God. Because before I go into that, I want to say this. The Lord don't care about these other nations. And I'm going to prove that. These other nations have no value to the Lord. Have no worth to the Lord. The Lord only cares for his people. And why so? It's because it's his name. His name is amongst this nation. He put his name on the nation of Israel, which are who? The so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Indians. So Esau, which he have always done, Esau, he could, try to, flee away from the shame that comes from what he have done to the nation of Israel. The rape, robbery, and murder. Bringing, Judah into slavery by way of slave ships. Rape, robbing, and murdering the northern kingdom, the southern kingdom, all the evil he have done to the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That's the only controversy really the Lord is really about to deal with. As far as, because every other nation, they have their own controversy. The Asian man, I'm sure they have their own controversy, their disputes, their disagreement with the other nation, with an opposing nation, the Ishmaelite, you think about those, the Palestinian people. Look what they're suffering by the hands of the so-called Amalekites, who are, of the nation of Edom ultimately, which is the so-called white man, So all these other nations, they have their own controversies, their disagreements, their disputes, something that they can complain about, basically, But the Lord's not hearing them. The Lord have no respect for their, for them, but only for Israel. This is something that the Lord will deal with, not with other nations, but with what Israel went through. The Lord will punish that. The Lord will revenge, will give justice, in other words. And that's the focus of this lesson. So yeah, slavery is, that's a common thing on the earth. But when it comes to what Israel went through, the Lord's gonna plead that cause, man. And Lord willing, this lesson's edifying. In fact, to start this lesson off, let's go to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 7. It says, "Remember the days of old, consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will show thee thy elders, and they will tell thee." That's the point. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance. So every nation, they got their own inheritance. It says, when he separated the sons of Adam, which all nations on this earth today come from the sons of Adam, from the son of Adam. It says, from Adam shall I say. It says, when he has separated the sons of Adam, he have set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. For Yahweh's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. So the Lord portion amongst all the other nations, amongst the whole earth, is the children of Israel, is the family of Israel. That is his lot of his inheritance. His property, his possession. It's the families of Israel. And there's no other nation but Israel that have that position. And this is part of the reason why the Lord will plead the cause of his people. Of his people Israel. And that's not to say, because, I'm a man, and that's not to say that the Lord, he don't, because, all the works of the Lord, we don't know. We cannot, perceive it. So that's not to say that, the Lord don't be doing nothing, behind the scenes, which we don't see for these, other nations, for these heathens. The Lord is merciful even unto the wicked, But he have respect for Israel, man, and that's it. He will plead the cause of Israel. The Lord basically, in other words, will get active for the families of Israel, for what they went through, for the evil that was, brought upon them, brought upon us, So let's just jump straight into it. Lord willing, this lesson's edifying. So Esau, he could try to, run away from the shame. Now, this the only, what you did to the children of Israel, that's going to be the main reason why you're going to be punished. One of the main reasons. Because really doing evil to Israel, you're doing evil to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Because the Lord put his name in Israel. The Lord chose Israel. We're the Lord's lot, portion. There have been no other nation that has been most near to the Lord. Only us. We are the people most near to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 33, verse 12. It says, "Blessed is the nation whose God is Yahweh, and the people whom he hath chosen for his inheritance." So blessed is the nation whose God is Yahweh. Yahweh is the God of who? The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The God of Israel. He's our God. And that's something that is emphasized in the scriptures, man. There's no other nation that has been, we're the people most near unto Yahweh. We are the people whose God is Yahweh. All these other nations, they have idols for gods. They have vain things, empty things for gods. Graven images for gods. Lies surrounding, you know, uh, you know, you know, you know, basically their gods is, made of lies, basically. You know? And this is one of the part of the reason why the Lord will only plead the cause of Israel. You know? So the Lord don't care about, you know, the other time periods of slavery or the other nations and their, sufferings. The Lord don't really care about that, man. As he do with Israel, man. So you can't get out of the was good. So you can't get out of the you know, the judgment seat, man. The heat, man, because it's coming. From there, I want to go to the book of um Isaiah. When you go into the book of Isaiah, the chapter 34, it speaks about God's wrath against nations. And when you read this chapter, it's concerning World War III. And nuclear destruction, which will be the climax of World War III. And America will be destroyed, be that main empire and main land consumed by nuclear fire and radiation. And that time will be a time of the Lord basically expressing, his vengeance, his indignation for what you nations, for what, especially Edom, what America have done to the children of Israel. So so this time is considered the day of the Lord's vengeance. I'm not gonna read the whole chapter. You can read it yourself. Get the breakdown of it. The prophets, they broke it down. Go search it out if you don't know it. But just showing you there's a time on this earth that the Lord have, purposefully appointed to be a time where the Lord carry out his vengeance, his justice. It says, in a year of recompenses, see, for the controversy of Israel, for the controversy of Zion. Who's Zion? Israel, man. So the Lord have appointed a time, a year, a period of time where the Lord is going to carry out his judgment and his justice, his vengeance, and give what? Retribution, you know? And what's going to be that retribution? These nations being destroyed, especially America. It says for the controversy of Zion. Yeah, and it's all going to be for the controversy of Zion. When you go into the word controversy, it means dispute. So the Lord, he plead the cause of his own people, man. You know? He will plead the cause of his own people, man. Let's go to the book of Zechariah, chapter 8, verse 13. It says, and it shall come to pass that as ye were a curse among the heathen. Yeah, this is something that we have became a curse. He was brought under the curse, mentioned in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28. It says, O house of Judah and house of Israel, so will I save you. And ye shall be a blessing. Fear not, but let your hands be strong. So the Lord made us a curse ultimately because of our wickedness, our iniquities. The reason why the Lord had our enemies have mastery over us, the reason why we went through slavery, we went through great suffering on this earth, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Indians. The reason why we went through that in the first place is because of our iniquities. Our iniquities separated us from our power, which is our strength. So the Lord made us go through that. But the Lord will still judge those nations. I mean, this is something that, the ignorant, the foolish cannot understand. They cannot understand the Lord would raise up a nation to judge another nation, but still judge the nation that he rose up. And that's basically Edom, Esau, the so-called white man in this situation. The Lord used Esau to basically punish us. But the Lord's still going to judge Esau. And this is something that the unbeliever cannot get with. And the truth is bitter. And the truth is severe, man. Um, it says, "So will I save you, and ye shall be a blessing." So the Lord gonna bless us in these last days. It says, "For thus saith Yahweh of hosts, as I thought to punish you, when your fathers provoked me to wrath." And that's exactly what he did, saith the Lord of hosts. "And I repented not." Yep, the Lord, he didn't hold back his anger. And that's why we went through what we went through. It says, "So again have I thought in these days to do well unto you, unto Jerusalem, and to the house of Judah. Figure it not." So the Lord has good thoughts towards us, good will thoughts towards the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. You know, and the thoughts that he have towards the children of Israel, it cannot be compared with the thoughts that he had towards the nations, man. You know, this this Psalm chapter 98, verse 1. It says, "O sing unto Yahweh a new song, for he hath done marvelous things. His right hand and his holy arm have got him in the victory." So the Lord have done marvelous things, and he will do marvelous things that have not been done yet. It says, "Yahweh have made known his salvation." Yup, the Lord is going to deliver the children of Israel from this captivity, from under the so-called white man. It says, "His righteousness have he openly showed in the sight of the heathen." Righteousness, his justice, because the Lord, he will set up situations just so he could display or demonstrate his power, his judgment, his character, you know, that he may show the nations what type of being he is, which he is righteous, a just God, also known as the judge of the earth, or titled as the judge of the earth, you know. So he's gonna demonstrate that, and he have done that, times before. What he did with Egypt, children of Israel's in captivity in the land of Egypt. The Lord raised up Pharaoh just to throw him down, judged Egypt, judged their gods, their idolatry, and saved the nation of Israel. And that event, or that time, was a very known thing amongst the earth. Other nations, they heard of what happened, surrounding the children of Israel, and surrounding Egypt. They heard what the Lord had, what the true God, Yahweh, have done for the children of Israel. Now, I do have to say, these other nations may not have, considered Yahweh to be the true God, but they definitely considered Yahweh to be the God of Israel, to be the God of Jacob, to be the God of the families of Israel, But the point is that the Lord, he's going to openly show his righteousness, like the type of power he is, you know. Now let me ask you: are you going to let anybody, touch your inheritance, your portion in this life, and not, defend, you know, you know? It says, "Have he openly showed in the sight of the heathen?" That's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to save the elect, but he's also going to bring judgment by way of nuclear destruction upon the earth, you know, and that's going to be the Lord's demonstrating his righteousness, that he is a God that defend his people. He is a God that have mercy on his people, you know. He is a God that will not forget the people that he have chosen. But not only that, we are also a people that he had made a promise to, going back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which, we are the seed of the promise, you know. Now, let me ask you this. Is it a good thing for a man to break his promise, or his oaths, or his vows? So why think ye that the Lord will ever break his promise, that he have made personally, And the scriptures also tell you he, uh, you know, he made an oath. You know, basically he put his name with the vow. You know, with the promise. So the Lord, hey, he made a promise with his name, man. So let me ask you this: if someone, is if someone break their promises, you know, will that man, if there's a person who is known to break their promise, will that man have a good name or a bad name? A bad name. So think about Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. The Lord is not, he's not, but he's the most high. He's the highest. You know. Now, man may not care about their name. You know, you got some people out here don't care about their name, but I tell you surely this, Yahweh, he cares about his name. He have respect unto his name. You know, he's the most high. Why would you think the Lord, you know, would, even let his name get, foiled or dirt, So the Lord, he's gonna basically bring forth justice and vengeance and save his people, you know, that he may, declare his name, magnify his name on the earth, you know. And that's the type of power he is. He's righteous, Ain't nothing wrong with, defending your name, keeping your name clean, you know. And there was a time on this earth where all nations knew that Yahweh is our God, and that Yahweh, uh, um, I ain't gonna say all nations, but there was a time where nations knew Yahweh was our God. Yahweh chose us, and that He has made a promise unto us. Now, what if the Lord, you know, we went through what we went through, and the Lord just let it go, forgiving all these nations for what they did to the children of Israel, and let us continue in this low position as a people forever. And that's the Lord basically, let his name, get dirt, you know. So the Lord ain't gonna let that happen, man. You know. So it says he have remembered his mercy and his truth toward the house of Israel, and all the ends of the earth have seen the salvation of our God, you know. And that's exactly what's about to happen. When the Lord break forth these prophecies, it's gonna be worldwide. You know, World War III is gonna be, you know, the last war, world war, shall I say? Right, and when the Yahweh Shai come, the Lamb come, which is part of the justice. You know, he's going to destroy these other nations and deliver the elect. The nuclear destruction. And I'm not speaking in order. I'm not saying things in order, but you know what I mean. Basically, when the Lord do His marvelous works, it's going to be a worldwide thing. It's going to be a one of the biggest things to ever happen on this planet Earth. So I'm gonna close off on that. Lord willing, this lesson's edifying. I want to give double honors to the elder apostles, elder bishops, and upcoming elders, and all praises and honor and glory be to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Shalom.